Well, hello folks, it's that time of the week again. It's Friday in the barn. This week I'm thinking of showing you, well, I'm going to show you what I do with reeds. I'm not an engineer, I work with my hands, so my approach may be slightly different to other people. And when I get a reed wrapped and in its final shape like this, it still needs work on it because there's lots of things that have to be done, like thinning it down, maybe making it shorter and all that sort of thing. So right now it sounds like that, which is awful. I'll just put it in the chanter and get more of an idea. Okay, so really hard to blow. It's not it's not working efficiently. It's not got a vibrancy to it, and it's just awful. And the reed tips show you, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but the reed tips show that it's quite thick. So the first thing I'm going to do is, now I'm rocking my hand when I'm doing this because it's a convex circuit. I'm doing it all over the whole reed here. Just check it again. Now I always check by holding it like this because it isolates the tips. I'm not squeezing on it at all. I'm just holding it. I'll try and do the same on the other side. Now this, you don't have to be too prissy about pipe reeds. They do go through quite a lot of stuff before you receive it. Anyway, my ones do. I don't just make them and wrap them and send them out. I don't know how to do that, quite frankly. Other people are much more clever than me, and engineers and things. Just try that again. Now thin the blades. Okay, so it's very flat on the high G and F. It's starting to make a good sound though. So now I'm going to just cut the tip off. I'm going to cut about a 1/16, about a millimetre or something like that. Now I'm putting the blade on here. I'm using my fingers as a fulcrum. There goes the chisel. Up to 90 degrees. Cut. Okay, that's quite a bit off there, but I still don't think that's going to be enough. The mouth is a little bit more open than I would like it to be. So give it a little squeeze and a rock. That. Now, because I've cut the tip off, it's thick there again, because you know a reed is kind of a wedge shaped. If you look at it in cross section, each blade is wedge shaped. I'm going to do the same thing again. Every time you cut the tips off, you're generally going to give it a little sand. If nothing else, just to make the tips a little thinner. Right, same on the other side. I'm getting to get something that's resembling a reed now. Again, I'm rocking it. I don't think I could do this job if it wasn't for doing this. I mean, it would drive me crazy, but I really enjoy bringing reeds to life. It's a process that I do, but it's not the quickest way of doing it, but it's a way I enjoy. So now I'm seeing a little bit high here, if you can see that right. There's a bit of a ridge there that's quite high. So first of all I'm going to test it. I'm suspecting that the high G will be quite sharp because of that. No, it's not too bad. A little bit sharp in the top hand. It's quite an easy reed, which isn't that bad for me. Some people like a strong reed, I like a nice easy reed. So I'm just going to take that little bit of a ridge out of there. This will also help flatten the top hand there. A little sand to make it smooth again. I'm not exactly being gentle with this. When you do it, you may want to take a little bit at a time. I've been doing this for over 30 years now, so it doesn't faze me at all, just whacking cane after it. that's really quite easy now, and that would suit somebody that likes a soft read. Now let's have a look at the Rigicut ones. This is the Rigicut one, as you can see in comparison here. It's got quite a, how can you see this? It's got quite this strong cut in, whereas the black one goes more of a smooth wedge. This one goes up and then cuts right in, and that's why it's called a Rigicut, because there's that ridge there, and then you get the bit that vibrates just above it. So on this one, same thing. It's not finished yet, but it's pretty close to being finished. So this one I'm just going to sand up to the line there where the ridge comes across. Just sanding both sides again and rocking the blade once again because of the fact that it's conical. Not conical. Convex. That's what I began with the C, but the wrong word. I'm just going to smooth that out. Some of the knives from a chisel, lines from a chisel, tend to stay on this a little bit until I sand them out, which is also part of the process of getting them to vibrate as well. Right. So that sounds flat. When I play them like this, I'm looking for a high-pitched and a low-pitched sound at the same time, and I'm just blowing it so that it vibrates. I'm not blowing through it, because you can't do that with really easy reeds. You get nothing. So let's try this one in the chanter. Flat in the top hand, high G is very flat in the F. I'm just going to chop the top off of this, same as I did the other one. A little bit less this time, but still, you know, a substantial amount. Sorry if I'm mumbling, I'll get into doing this and forget to speak up. Again, sanding it down. Checking the mouth, see that both sides are about the same thickness, and trying it in the chanter again. Now it's a little bit flat in the high G still, and I'm starting to get that low pitch sound and the high pitch sound together. It's a little bit flat for me still, so I'm just going to cut just a fraction off the top now. Probably about a hair's breadth. There we go. Right there. Again, I know this is repetitive, but sand the tips again. Actually, I'm sanding it right down to the where it cuts in there. But the tips have probably worked too. Here we go. So that's that. That one's pretty, probably medium strength reed. Of course I can adjust those down to any strength that I want. Much harder to adjust them up. You can make them stronger by opening the staple up with a little thing like this, a little reed mandrel. You push it in the staple and you basically push it in and give it a little. Let me just show you an actual staple. Here's an old staple. So you can see how it goes in there. There's a little bit sticking out the top, but as you wiggle it around and get it further in, because this is wedge shaped, it gradually opens that mouth there, and that in turn opens the blades up. So the tools I use: a mandrel, blade, chisel, which was once about yay long. I've just been sharpening. It's got to be very sharp to work with this, and a chanter. So that's about it. That's kind of a look into what I do every day. I hope you liked it. It's maybe a bit different to the way other people do it, but it's something I enjoy doing, and and it's the only way I can get the results I'm looking for. So I hope everyone has a good rest of the Friday and the weekend, and hope to see you next week. Thank you.